Okay, I'm just going to go over a very quick, simple method for creating clothing for a character. So this character is already skinned, I believe. Let's have a look. I'll just change this to world. There we go. There we go. So how do I do this? Well, one, I duplicate the base mesh, Control D. There we go. And I'll call this one, say, we'll make a t-shirt. And I'm just going to move it over. By the way, if you cannot move it, they'll probably be all grey in your channel box here. You'd have to select all your attributes here and right click and just go unlock selected, and then you should be able to move it over to one side. I'm doing this, I'm moving them just so as we can see them properly. Alright, I'm going to go to faces and get rid of a whole bunch because I'm creating a t-shirt, so I don't want the legs. And I'll turn on symmetry X, and I'll just get rid of some of these all the way up to say here, Control Delete. And the head, so for the head I want to go up through there, but I'm going to use my lasso tool, this one, and left click like that just to surround it properly. Okay, it looks like I missed a little bit in here, so I just use my select. And now I'm just going to have a look around, make sure I didn't forget anything. And I have, just at the back here, see? Actually, let me get rid of those ones instead. Just having a quick look around. Okay, Control Delete. There we go. So I got myself a t-shirt. We'll change the color of it. Go to my hypershade, just create any quick little blend or Lambert like that, just so it's easier to recognize when it's back over the original mesh. So type 0, there it is, back in place. Now what we need to do is just scale this out slightly. So the best way to scale clothing is to go into vertex mode, select all the vertices, whoops, only the vertices. I'll just turn some of these off, grab the vertices, still not, try that again. Want the t-shirt, vertex, still not grabbing only those. So I only want the vertices. Yeah. Okay. Let me actually do this, show you something here. If I go, for some reason it's grabbing, I'm going to pull the t-shirt out of that, might be easier. Alright, let's try that again. I'm just trying to grab the vertices here. There we go. That's better. All the vertices you want, and then you can either go double click on your move tool and change to normal. Okay, close that. So in normal mode, look for the N, that little N. There it is, and pull out on the N. So we're extruding it, scaling it just in the normal. Alright, cool. Now let's get out of that. So I'll just reset that move tool back to normal. Great. So there we have it. We have a t-shirt. Now, if I want to, of course, I can start manipulating the t-shirt. I can start dragging it down, etc., and making any applicable adjustments. Make any, for example, scale it out a bit. Okay. Like that. Now, clothing requires a lot more denser mesh, especially if you want to use something like end cloth. So just grabbing that again. Good idea to place these onto separate layers. Put that into a layer here, like this. Okay, so you got your geo layer and your clothing layer. Now, if I'm creating end cloth, it's fine to be able to have it just like this, okay, because the base mesh will be driving, it's a passive collider, so it will be driving the clothing. But if you're not planning on using end cloth, then the underlying mesh, it's probably better to delete it. So if you're not going to be creating end cloth, then you probably want to go to T so it's transparent like that. We cannot select it, and then select the underlying faces like this and shift. I'm just propagating out through this. I've got go control delete. So now I'm deleting those underlying mesh. Okay, like this. Whoops. I'll do a marquee select. You don't want to go too far, by the way. So the t-shirt stops here. If you go any further, you risk actually, being able to view areas that are been deleted. So don't go too far out. Around the neck, I will take from here to there, and that is probably enough. Actually, you could go one more with the neck. Okay, like that. So this is the process you'd go through. Look, I accidentally deleted one here, so I'd probably undo that and fix that. But by deleting this underlying mesh, okay, then you would combine the t-shirt to the rest of the mesh. Okay, and by the way, you should do this before it's actually skinned. So I could easily just go skin unbind, all right, and then adjust it. So that's a quick little walkthrough of just creating clothing. Once again, just remember, if your clothing requires an underlying mesh, for example, for for creating end cloth, then things are a little bit different. Modify the pivot. Okay, so I hope that helps. With this t-shirt too, it is a good idea to probably change into modeling and just go mesh smooth so it's a little bit denser. It's going to deform a lot better. Okay, so basically I would now select my mesh, underlying mesh, if I can. Oh, better turn it all on. There we go. That one there, and I'd select my t-shirt and I'd combine them. Mesh, combine. That's now one mesh. It's so much easier to skin weight as opposed to having mesh underneath. Otherwise you'd be trying to skin weight two layers. Okay, just so you can see that. So it's just one mesh underneath. Okay, hope that helps.